Welcome to Senior High School. Our subject for today is understanding culture, society, and politics. In this subject, you are expected to have deeper understanding of the dynamics of the society and thus having an awareness to cultural diversity. I am Venus S. Cabacang, your UCSB teacher. Our topic for today is anchored on the most essential learning competency, that is, to examine human responses to emerging challenges in the contemporary societies. And at the end of the lesson, you are expected to, number 1, identify new challenges in contemporary societies and its causes. Number 2, cite possible responses to emerging challenges in contemporary societies. And number 3, analyze the impacts of human responses to emerging challenges in contemporary societies. What can you say about the pictures? Does it look familiar? Yes, of course. It's a mask. It's an alcohol. A face shield. And a gloves. These things are becoming our necessity as part of the safety protocols due to the pandemic. This pandemic is just one of the challenges that our contemporary society is experiencing, not just in our country, but all over the world. Social changes cannot be avoided. Through the years, modifications in structural society and social behavior are noticeable. Accordingly, people try to be resilient, to be flexible, and to be responsive in the emerging challenges in order for them to survive. Our main topic for today is all about human responses to emerging challenges in contemporary societies. Emerging challenges. Through the years, human race has been experiencing changes in different aspects of life. Consequently, these changes are really inevitable that cause the emergence of different challenges which are being faced by humanity. So the following are the emerging challenges in the contemporary societies, including their causes, and of course the initiated responses of human beings on how to resolve these challenges. The first emerging challenges in contemporary society is all about food. Food security. It means the physical, social, and economic access to sufficient, safe, and nutritious food for an active and healthy life. So what are the causes for food security? First, the population growth. Second, changing tastes of the consumer. Third, the climate change. Fourth, the water scarcity. And lastly, fewer people are choosing farming as an occupation. Of course, this is due to the advent of technology. But as human as we are, we need to survive. And so, these are the sample human responses or initiatives. In the Philippines, particularly in Mindanao, the Philippine government implements the Mindanao Strategic Program for Agriculture and Agribusiness that aims to increase production and productivity, promote appropriate technologies, promote climate and smart technologies that can respond effectively to climate change impacts and natural disasters, improve competitiveness and profitability of small-scale agriculture, and improve governance and institutional framework for accessing technologies, credit, and markets, according to Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations. Second emerging challenges in the contemporary society is unemployment. Unemployment occurs when a person searching employment is unable to find work, and this can affect the economy. And what causes unemployment? 1. The changing of technologies. 2. Workers are under pressure to constantly acquire skills and adjust to the evolving and emerging industries. That is why some people cannot be employed and some people can be employed but are considered as underemployed. So what are the responses of humanity to this challenge that they are facing? So in order to lessen the number of jobless Filipino, the Department of Labor and Employment, or the DOLE, initiated the Starter Kits project. This is a livelihood formation approach that is intended to improve socio-economic aspect of workers in the informal economy, sectors with special concerns, and displaced wage workers, local and overseas. Especially in these trying times, there are a lot of programs that DOLE initiated to address the unemployment of many Filipinos due to the pandemic. So this program of the DOLE will provide a livelihood starter kits comprising of a set of services that will enable the target recipients to quickly start a livelihood endeavor and become self-employed. The third emerging challenges in contemporary society is climate change. And what? Climate change is the shifting weather patterns that threaten food production and can be the cause of disaster. And what causes climate change? The massive use of fossil fuels, the deforestation or the exploitation of forests, the improper waste disposal, and of course, mining. So to address the problem about climate change, in 2008, the Philippine Congress enacted Republic Act 9729, also known as the Climate Change Act. It mandates the mainstreaming of climate change deliberations into government policy and planning. This law provides the foundation for the creation of the Climate Change Commission, the National Framework Strategy of Climate Change, and the National Climate Change Action Plan, according to the Climate Change Services 2020. The fourth emerging challenges in contemporary society is gender inequality. Is the social process by which men and women and the LGBTQ community are not treated as equal. And what are the causes for this? Number 1, uneven access to education. Number 2, lack of employment equality. Number 3, lack of legal protection. And number 4, lack of religious freedom and the lack of political representation. In order to promote gender equality in the government agencies and other offices, the Civil Service Commission has been mainstreaming the application of Gender and Development, or GOD. Moreover, to pursue the said endeavor in the learning institution, the Department of Education codified DepEd Order 32, Series of 2017, the Gender Responsive Basic Education Policy. Through this, DepEd promotes gender equality through the Gender Responsive Basic Education, according to the Department of Education 2017. The fifth one is the health security crisis. Example of this is the COVID-19 pandemic. Based on the picture, the COVID-19 cases in the Philippines as of January 30, 2021, total confirmed cases 523,516, total death 10,669 and total recoveries goes up to 475,904. And what is crisis? It is defined as the activities required to minimize the danger of acute public health that endanger people's health. So the causes of this health security crisis, in particular the emergence of COVID-19 pandemic, number 1 is the population growth, number 2 the rapid urbanization, number 3 the environmental degradation, number 4 the misuse of antimicrobials, and lastly the weak health systems. So to address this health security crisis that the contemporary society is experiencing, not just in the Philippines, but all over the world. So here are the initiatives or some of the responses. When COVID-19 pandemic started, all affected countries adopted and imposed health safety protocols recommended by the World Health Organization, such as number 1, washing of hands often, number 2, cough or sneeze in your bent elbow, not on your hands. Number 3, avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Number 4, limit social gatherings and time spent in crowded places. Avoid close contact with someone who is sick. And lastly, clean and disinfect frequently touched objects and surfaces, according to World Health Organization 2020. To sum it up, the 5 emerging challenges in contemporary society are the following. Number 1, food security. Number 2, unemployment. Number 3, climate change. Number 4, gender inequality. And number 5 is the health security crisis due to the emergence of COVID-19 pandemic. In order to address these challenges, people initiated various responses or initiatives in order for them to survive. To check your learning for today, please answer the question. Why is it important for Filipinos to work hand in hand to resolve emerging challenges, particularly the COVID-19 pandemic? Just follow the rubrics in UCSP Module Number 7. You can direct message your answer at Venus Kabakang, or you can drop your answer sheet in the school. I hope you learned something from me today. Goodbye, students, and always stay safe.